Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will talk about how cultures affect kids in narcissistic families and relationships. I myself come from a culture where the male dominate the family and whatever they say goes. So as I'm doing this video, I'm learning a lot about myself and what I endure and learned as a kid in my own culture. In many cultures, it's presumed the male should have the say and power in every family, and everyone should accept whatever he says. With the internet revolution, people are learning a lot about themselves and the way they were treated in the past. And this forces different cultures to analyze the way they did things in the past. In fact, to re-examine the ways they acted towards kids as authoritarians, and to accept the possibility that their behaviors were narcissistic behaviors, which were modeled to kids who have now grown up and have actually become narcissists themselves. We are now learning that we cannot justify the actions of our parents by being narcissists. We can no longer whitewash the actions of our parents as they didn't know any better. Instead, it's time to start healing ourselves. For some people, they may need help. For others, they probably find ways to meditate or get other sort of self-help books and videos where they can learn how to heal. There are other people who may need professional help because the trauma is intense. This is a big issue in the world right now, and a whole can of worms that needs to be addressed. There are cases where the mothers get their powers through their sons. Example, the son has the power and the mother gets the power through him. An example of this is in India, where the bride has to listen to the mother. So mom is now a narcissistic abuser. But this only works when people accept it. It's a form of abuse. For people in any culture that promotes narcissistic behavior is doing an injustice to the world. Anytime humanity, empathy, and respect are not given to people, you're destroying their self-esteem. Studies show that many cultures that are economically, politically, and socially deprived have a lot of problems with narcissistic behaviors. If you want an okay culture, start by identifying the problems. Accept some responsibility, and you'll start making progress little by little. Children within that culture may witness the culture bias towards, let's say, women. And this creates a sense of feeling that some people are better than others. This ideology allows narcissistic people to retain entitlement and power, which leads them to continuous bullying. It could be argued that some children in these cultures are going to be shaped by this and carry on the family tradition of bias and bullying entitlement. However, there are some children who will create more of a balanced view and move away from that family structure and ideology. But the ones who stick to the narcissistic ideology can create another generation of narcissism. The problem with narcissistic people who themselves have been victims may say things like, oh, they can't help themselves. That is the way they grew up. They don't really mean it. And things like that. Or it's their culture talking. And even you might find yourself making these excuses. This can happen if you get into an intimate relationship with someone who has this cultural backstory. Children who grew up in these narcissistic cultures and have narcissistic parents suffer because they're told what they can do and what they cannot do. And in some cases, they're told not to worry about the little people. These vulnerable kids buy into the belief system that they value some people over others, or who are dismissive of others with their narcissistic behaviors. If narcissism is part of the family system, expect no change. In a nutshell, no matter what, cultural or not, narcissistic behavior is unacceptable. Remember, narcissists get their strength from people who enable them to get away with what they're displaying. I've given some insights on culture and narcissism and how we can learn and better ourselves from it. Our life is fragile and we need to get this trauma out of our system so we can focus and live a better life. I would encourage you to do whatever it takes to remove this bondage. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Please feel free to give me your feedback and comments. And until next time, take care and bye for now. Please note, this is not medical advice. It's just research information that I thought I'd share with you guys. Take care.